While professional sports continue to slowly make their return, the Dick's Sporting Goods Open is not on that list. News Channel 34's Cam LaValle tells us about what the future holds for our area's premier golf event.
Typically during this time of the month of July, Enjoy Golf Club in Endicott looks a lot like this. Stands are being set up for fans, the entryway is bursting with flowers, and the maintenance team is working to make sure the course is in great shape for some of the top golf professionals in the world. However, this year the preparation isn't needed, and the golf course looks a lot like it typically does. On April 29th, the tournament committee decided to cancel this year's Dick's Open due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Tournament director John Carides says the decision to cancel the tournament was not one that was taken lightly.
As we sit here today, the end of July, there are no second thoughts. I mean, we did the right thing. And when you think about where our numbers were as a state back in April, to even consider going to New York State and asking for a mass gathering permit, it wasn't going to happen.
Since the cancellation nearly 3 months ago, Carides and his staff have already turned their attention to the 2021 Dick's Open.
We're working with the tour right now to secure what our dates are. We're on the schedule, we just don't have our dates locked in, but it should be in that same time frame, in that August time frame. And once we have that, we'll be able to make a big announcement. And in the meantime, we're trying to think of what the different scenarios are going to be next year.
One of the biggest draws for the tournament is undoubtedly their Friday night concert off the 18th green. Now, there is still no given that at this point next year, events like that will be able to go on with large crowds. However, Carides is already looking to line up a headlining act as if the show was going on as normal.
I actually did talk to an artist yesterday, one that we're interested, one that we've talked to in the past, and they aren't even confirming dates for next summer yet. They're doing holds, but no one is confirming an actual date because, look, they want to be safe too.
Despite there being no professional golf at Enjoy for the first time in decades, Carides is humbled by the continued community support.
It's overwhelming. It has been for 50 years. We've gone through tornadoes, hurricanes, fires, floods, floods again and floods again. But this is different. And it didn't mean that our phone didn't start ringing with people saying, how can we help? What can we do? How can we help those charities? And I think that speaks volumes about our area and why we all live here and why we love it so much.
While the course isn't hosting professional golfers, it is still beautiful as ever and open to the public. At Enjoy Golf Club in Endicott, Cam LaValle, News Channel 34.